Welcome back to Breakfast Daily on City TV. Now, send us your messages. It's Friday. Maybe you even want to send a birthday wish to someone, all right? Hashtag Breakfast Daily. Yes. WhatsApp 0550-585832.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it is Friday. We're talking entertainment. We've got music for you. Now, speaking of entertainment and the arts, who doesn't know about the Arts Center, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tourist destination. Whenever people are looking for artifacts that they can carry to travel with, etc., we talk about the Arts Center. But recently, there's been a bit of grumblings concerning the Arts Center. Now, artisans there are going to be relocated to a new facility. Apparently, this is supposed to be a better option for them so that the area where they're occupying now can be developed as part of the Marine Drive project, right? Now, but the artisans are not happy about this decision, okay? Yeah. Our colleague Kwame Dazi is actually on location at the Arts Center now. We'll be touching base with him, but we're also going to welcome our guest who we have in studio, okay? So let's say good morning to Oswald Okaite, who's here. Oswald is a poet, playwright, and activist, and you'll be giving us your view on this whole situation. Yeah. Welcome to Breakfast Daily, Oswald.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning. Great to have you here.
I'm great. I'm so grateful for having this platform, of course. And you know, when I heard your intro, it piqued my heart, you know, because that is the concept we have about the Art Center, you know. And I'm happy we have the opportunity to open up what the Art Center is. Where you look at, it's not the Art Center, it's the Art Center market.
That's the Art Center
that is supposed
market.
to be an encroached area.
Okay. So
we have to look at the Art Center proper. We used to be an Arts Council, Ghana Arts Council, Gold Coast Arts Council before then. You know, then we have an understanding of what role the Arts Center has to play in the role of in the life of the artist. You know, and so I'm happy we have this platform. Of course, City TV has one of the biggest mileage in terms of communication, and so I'm happy we have this platform.
Tell us about the Arts Center proper.
Well, the Arts Center, it used to be the Gold Coast Arts Council, and then moved to the Arts Council, Ghana Arts Council. The Arts Center is the edifice. It has an auditorium, it has an open-air theater, it has arts gallery, it has space for almost every aspect of arts. And you know, when we talk about the arts, it's not just film, music, it's very holistic. We have the performing arts and we have the fine arts. When you look at the Arts Center, it is the only institution that is able to hold almost all these aspects of arts. When you look at the performing arts, the kind of arts which need live audience or in a way. So it has a place for cinema. When you move into the main auditorium, it has a standard auditorium. It is a miniature of the National Theatre. Okay. Of course, it's supposed to have the lighting system, the curtain, you know, so if I want to produce a play, if indeed we have a good concept about theater, as perceived by Dr. Ben Abdallah, you know, no one will rush to go to the National Theater when you don't have the audience. But White started at the Art Center some years ago. Okay. You know, I started there, and most guys started there. So you grow your audience before you move into the auditorium of National Theater. You get me? Now, if you want to see how relevant the Art Center is, you have to go there in the evening, and you see the number of groups that rehearse there. These groups will not be allowed to rehearse at the National Theatre of Ghana. Okay, now let's say something. When Dr. Ben Abdallah was in charge of the National Commission on Culture, of course, the Ghana Art Council was metamorphosed into the National Commission on Culture. And then, under the auspices of that administration, they decided to proliferate. So we have the art centers across the country, the 10 regions. Okay. The Art Center is supposed to give space for the performing artists like the dramatists, the dancers, the musicians. It's supposed to have a recording studio. You get me? It has space for the sculptures, it has space for the painters, it has space for the dressmakers, it has space for, you know. And so, over the time, there has been mismanagement of the place. And so, we keep hearing about the Art Center, so if you want to get some artifacts, you go there. If you want to even look at the artifact selling stuff, it falls under trade. Okay. Yes. You get me? Because most of them are not the artists. They get the works from the artist. So if I produce my work, as at the time of producing, I'm an artist. But as at the time of selling, I'm not an artist. I'm a seller. Yes. Do you get me? So when you want to look at the Art Center, it is that edifice there that has the open-air theater, standard one, and that open-air theater I've not seen anyone yet, not the Drama Studio, not Plus 233, not Alliance Française, not Goethe Institute. I'm yet to see any standard open-air theater just like the one at the Art Center. When you move in, I pray we are able to capture. You see acoustically what the place is made for. You get me? So the Art Center is not a market. And so if you even want to go to where they are putting up, it is meant for sellers. So it should be even be at the Ministry of Trade. You know, it doesn't have theater, it doesn't have gallery.
So are you saying with this relocation, all of the facilities you just mentioned will be obsolete? They will all also be demolished, removed. It's not going to be in use at all.
Of course, and that is, you know, that is how sometimes when we say most of the politicians do not really understand the arts, people get upset. But it's not their fault. Of course, that is not their field. But especially when you have people within the field managing the institutions, you would understand. And in terms of moving the place to another place, there should have been stakeholders engagement. Do you get me? Now, people would say, oh, let's assume in the
when you say there should have been stakeholder engagement, are you saying that the people at the Art Center and the directors of the National Arts and Culture, nobody has been engaged?
No, this journey started from the times of NDC. So now.
Yeah, actually, I think it was before that.
When you move, if you want to test them, you move in there and talk to them. If you want to see, of course, most of the artists there, for a lot of people will not want to use the place, but those who use the place, go there and ask them if they are aware of what is happening at the new location. No, sometimes you go there and tell them, go and see if there's art gallery, see if there's theater. And I know there will be that excuse that there's CYCC, Community Youth Cultural Center, but that is not standard. Well, when Dr. Abdallah was in charge of National Commission on Culture, he was aware of the Center for National Arts Center, and he went ahead to build CYCC because it becomes a different geographical location for these setups. Now, it's now Center for National Culture, of course. So when you have this one here, geographically, we have some people with a particular culture. When you go to Kaukudi, there's a group of people with a different culture. So when there's something cultural, who moves in there? Is it the Gamanche or Sumanche or the Nima Manche, the Zungu King? Do you get the whole scenario? And we even need to have district centers.
Yeah, but now you're talking about creating local art communities. That's what you're going to now. No. We're looking at in this case we're looking at a place that serves the national as a national arts center. And
this is the regional center.
Okay.
We have across the regions. Okay. Do you get me?
So this is a regional center.
This is a regional.
So is that not the objective that they're moving the regional center to Kaukudi? That's the idea. And the idea is we don't have what constitutes the art center. Okay.
It is a market.
So the elements.
The elements, what make up the art center. That's why I'm saying that what has been moved there is not the art center.
Okay.
It's the art market.
Okay. So then maybe shouldn't we rather be lobbying and advocating for an expansion of the project so that it accommodates even more than what you have at the...
Dave, I don't know if you are going to see the place.
No, I haven't gone to see.
Yeah, of course, there's no room.
I've seen there's
no room for opening up. And then when I mentioned that, when we look at the art center there, it has archaeological value, historical value, and then in terms of promoting the arts. Now there are people who live in Choko, who live in Bukom, who reside in Osu, who do not have money to get vehicle to the rehearsal center. Now, once you demolish that place, you mean all these people need to walk all the way to Kaukudi.
Okay.
You fight arts. And that's why I mentioned that Dr. Ben Abdallah was aware of the art center and knew its function. He could have said the people at Kaukudi should have moved to that side. But he left that and went ahead to build the CYCC because that is supposed to sell at a particular level.
Okay. Oswald, what prevents the powers that be, with you engaging them, from saying, okay, we'll preserve the amphitheater, we'll preserve all of the other elements you spoke about so that theatrical productions, dance, etc. can still take place as part of the redevelopment of the area, and then just move the market? Is that even an option?
No, if they want to move the office, there's no problem, because when you look at the museum, National Museum, see the Science Museum is at one place, and then the office and other part is at another place. It would be very good for us to have that space And if you go out, even if they want to develop new theater centers, new ultra-modern whatever, they should go ahead and do that and leave this one. The amphitheater, the gallery should be left. For the market, we don't have problem. They should go ahead and clear it.
They can relocate that. Your main issue is with the amphitheater.
I'm talking about the art center.
Have you had any kind of engagement on that?
I've had engagements.
And they still refuse. They say it's going to go.
Well, no. The first time I met the chief director, of course, he took me to the one in charge, the coordinator. And of course, the chief director was surprised. It doesn't have a gallery. Of course, then you are not picking art center there. You are picking market. Do you get me? And I was advised to go and see the management, to table all the things I've said to them to be sent. And I was just told it will not be done. Oh. Of course, the management said they wouldn't do that. And I don't even know in which capacity I will do that. So what we need to do now is to organize the artists. Do you get me? And that's why I keep saying, if there's someone with passion like Dr. Bin Abdullah, the man not celebrated so much, is the man behind the proliferation of the Center of National Culture, the man behind the National Theatre, the NAFAC and almost all of that not celebrated. I mean, if you have such people like the times we had Issy Sutherland, all of them in there, the passion was there, of course. It's not about we moving the office to a different place. Yes, move your office, of course you need that standard. The money that will be invested in destroying it should be used in renovating it.
Just to renovate it.
That is why I started. Next year is 10 years. I read human biology at the university. After school, there was no job. I had to fall into my inner talent, and that's where I started. You get me? So I could have said, okay, go ahead and do it because now I can get wherever I want. But when that happens, it means I'm being selfish. How about those who are coming, who have not gotten what I have now, who would also want to start? Do you get me? But I tell you, just go there. When you talk to the groups that do rehearsals, the concert party group, no, this is one part of Ghana that has not been supported so much after the first regime of the Fourth Republic. After the end of Wallace's regime, no regime has pumped money into the art sector. And so if you will not support the art sector, what we have as our home, why strike it down?
Why strike it down? All right. We're speaking with Oswald about what's going to be happening at the Arts Center here in Accra, relocation of the artisans who trade, basically. There's a market that has been established, a new market for them to be relocated. But the Arts Center, as we currently know it, with amphitheater, with gallery, that is going to be basically demolished or rebuilt into something else. And you are saying it should not be so.
Yes, yes. It's a rebuild. We hear cultural village, art village and all of that. But the simple question is,
well, what if it's rebuilt to something even better?
No, the thing is,
that's what I'm wondering.
It could even exceed your expectations.
You know, if you want to talk to UNESCO and all of that, it should be, you know, there are certain things you need to restore, develop it. Don't strike it down. Do you get me? Of course, you don't have always to strike things down because there are archaeological value, historical value, and all of that. Maintain it, develop it to that standard you want to.
But how much depth of knowledge do you have about the actual plans for the area and exactly what it's going to look like? Have you seen any kind of blueprint?
That's why I mentioned there hasn't been stakeholder engagement.
Yes. Because, again, for all we know...
So I'm looking at the website of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Okay, and they have on here, GTA has assured that the effective construction work on the Marine Drive project, okay, will begin in June this year. The reasons for the delay has been attributed to slow evacuation of ministries, departments, and agencies from the proposed site. Okay, so basically the transition is a transition phase to slowly move out all the various people and offices in that area. And then it goes on to say here that the first thing to get out of the way was the various MOUs with landowners which have been done. Currently, there are more than 70% of the land has been cleared. And then we said we have a lot of government offices there. We have also managed to move them all to the Ghana House. And the only thing left to relocate is the Accra Arts Center. Okay, so they're on the website, they're actually talking about the detail, the different things they're doing. There's figures here. The project is going to cost $1.2 billion. I don't see how this project, they're going to back down from this project. They've already gotten the money for this from the World Bank.
If you have conversation with those who had information after the first one, you know, like you mentioned, when you mention art center, in this art center, very ambiguous. I don't even know what they are referring to.
Okay, whether it's a trade market.
Yes, but originally they were not supposed to touch the edifice.
Okay.
Do you get me? And if they had had stakeholders engagement, they would understand.
Actually, it says here the art center, in brackets, a market popular for the sale of made in Ghana goods, including art and fashion accessories. So it doesn't actually refer
to the edifice.
To the edifice.
You know, and then the truth is, it is Ghana Art Authority should be. Ghana tourism is not art. Of course.
Well, it's all under the umbrella.
It's not like a triplet.
Tourism, culture,
it's like triplets. So there is a culture, there is art, and then the art is bigger. Unfortunately, it is always sacrificed. I even heard the why art center has been sacrificed for aviation. The art is almost always sacrificed for other things. And so what we're saying now, we don't even know the details, but there's that engagement. Then you know that, okay, this is the ecological value, this is the artistic value, this is the historical value, this is whatever value. So we need to reserve this. Because once you strike that, it's just like killing the mother hen. You cause a lot of havoc to so many artists.
Okay, let's touch base with our colleague Kwame Dazi, who is actually at the Art Center now. He's going to give us a clear view of what's going on there currently. Good morning, Kwame.
Good morning, Kokwi.
Good morning, good morning. All right. We see some beautiful kente stalls, etc. behind you there. What's the situation like at the Art Center this morning?
Okay, so this morning we came to meet some of the art marketers right here who are preparing to open their various shops. And so I'm currently standing in front of the Textile Association. And as you could see just behind me, these are a group of people who produce materials, fabric actually. And there are other people from the other side, who also produce sculpture and other works of art. So the Art Center, basically, where I'm standing right now is the market. There's the other side, which is the center itself, where we are told we can't enter. So according to the authorities, they're not even ready to speak to us now, but there are some people right here who are ready to share their opinion with us as regards the relocation to the new place, which is at Kaokudi area near the Bureau of Ghana Languages. And as you all know, the Marine Drive project is ongoing, and this center, art center, will be affected. So the people have some concerns. Some of them have told me that they are just looking forward to going to the new place, but they want the place to be well refurbished, if you like, well resourced, so that when they go there, they'll be comfortable to work there. And they told me actually that because most of them actually put together their resources, they funded where they are right now, they put up their structures, they are looking forward to the government giving them convenient places at the Kaokudi area, which is not complete as of now. And so some of them are ready to speak to us. Quickly, let's turn to this gentleman who is also part of the textiles marketers. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, me pacho me dey Kojo Boating.
Kojo Boating. Pacho juma be na ye wa?
Yo, me ye adwuma wo art center.
O ton den.
Me ton entare ene mpaboa ene kente.
Into the entare ene mpaboa ne kente no man kasa na mo nwene ana se
yankasa na ye na bi so ye di free kumase ene ebrayin.
Okay. Me ben na o tie say ye be say relocation way.
Oh, ye tie ya che enye aban we penso ene ye tie from Roaring Star nyina da bi ya de ye na ye betu yen ade che ye betu yen. Esa ade bepem ene. Enti enye de ko pen ya tie sa asem we. Ya tie
na mo tie ye no say na mo fa no.
Yeah, asase no aban asase ye nyina ye gitum say aban asase. Na ne ye sira aban ne say so obetu yen ya tena asase no so ache emfie aduasa ni 30 years ni. Sa aban ne betu yen onhu yen mobo na o ma ye baabi ebe so ye ni ye betina nye say baabi o de be ma ye ne ye baabi chochopo bia ye kwa ye ho ebe kire yen because adwuma bi ni o ma we mu aye ye adwuma we ya na ye de hwe ye yire ye ma me no enipa ye wa asase so ye adwuma ye bro more than 1000 and so o ma ye baabi kitua bi emwa yen e de o ha ebebre yen
na baabi ye se ye de mo ko no wanka sa de wani akohu ho
ya makoho akohu no baabi o de ko no enya enough even a hokra no car park ni ho enti bia ene me kan ama ban nati omampani kufo ye sre na wo ye papa
omampani akufo
omampani akufo ye sre na se onkohwe ya ye sre no onhwe se ne center city na onhwe hoso se ne hoso no es on city e ho no car park krampo eni ho ba bia ye be park car even tourist bus 4.0 min park wo ho enti ye sre no wo de ahyenkrofo sasenkrofo enyeman ye na yenkoho de ba ye di nyame din so ono kasa ontu anamo ana omo obi obena o kan kure kire no entu anamo no onkohwe se ne adwuma na esi ko no enye sa edin ema yen
na say yesi yenyan wie ho no adwuma ne ye munyi ni sa ayese mo prem ho dodo
ho adwuma no omugusu a omo ye de enka yenim so omo ye adwuma no ma omo mom na abe fence asenta wo ni nyina omo abe fence asenta ni mu ho ente no so akoatia yen bebre duru ha omo nim say yetu ha yeni ha because of fence na omo aba be ye nti omo no so omo di yen ko baabi so omo di yen ko baabi na mo fa yen ko ye a eni kwasa ka mo fence center no ho isi omo fence center no ho enti ha yen
enti na ma adwumadie no ne se na nkofo to ade na kofo mpa
kofem efise covid time no buy no asenta ye mobo bebre anya pressure yare wo fie because of adwuma no kofem ena tuo no so buy no ama bebre abamu obu bebre anya yare wo enti yesre na kufuado yesre na yedinya bi ni sire no aja yensa munya den ena wobum ye pana chew ohun ye mobo na baabi ode ye kɔ no ɔma ye baabi papa a ɛbɛboa yen na baabi ode ye kɔ no de ho esua ɛhɔ ni so ɛdan ni so
na kane no betimi akyerɛ ebi a dakro nneɛma mo betimi atɔn bɛyɛ sɛn ɛna ɛnɛ so ka sɛ wo compare te sɛn
ɛno deɛ mentimi mfa nneɛma metɔn ɛntudwa ba kane no ɛyɛ sinene because covid ni ma yɛ no deɛ na ɛyɛ ba covid no akyi no nneɛma no ɛnkleke sɛ nea nneɛma asi kɔ
na menya nti yɛ sɛ o structure wo mu wɔ anim hɔ no no mo ankasa na mo ba together na mo see yɛ
asase ne yɛ aban asase nti sɛ o si bibi wɔ aban asase so ɛne nkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ wo dia ɛyɛ aban ne dia aban ne na dia rentew ɛyɛ aban asase ɛso na yɛ wɔ yɛ gitum sɛ aban asase so aban ne sɛ o tu de wakɔ ɛde na obetumi aka ba yɛ bɔ mpa yɛ sɛ baabi ɔde ɛbɛkɔ no ɔma me baabi a ɛso ani because ɔhwɛ me shop no kɛseɛ na ɔhwɛ sɛ ne site no na ɔde me kɔ na evi manya mu half anaasɛ manya ɛde awerɛho sɛm bɛba because me won kwala workers 4 e wo ha metu omoka ebe man kwala nyina so oma brabo ebe ba besei enti misre no na kufuado se message die bi de nyame di sre no on to nani enhwe message no hwe de bi a message sitie ye won kwala ye boa wo mu ye hwe wo mu ye djuma na ye ne ye boss no o di scan bi hwe school fo kwala de boa bebre enti se location na ye wona utu yakọ na wa man ye baabi a eso ni te say ye shop na ewu mu na odo ye nem say ye nya baabi mpo eso ni te say ye shop na o man ye baabi a ye better than this baabi odi ye kono
okay me dance bebre okay so there is another gentleman here let's speak to him to find out his opinion on this relocation bema na odin design
efrem Kofi Wusu
won so ton tester cd
me so me ton kentene mofra akwa aba thank you washer everything e fa kente ho de me na me ye bota ne bibia me
okay internet in fear be saying ni na why sajuma
adwuma ma yɛ no almost best 15 good years
haya
wa center haya ne tie haya ne didi haya ne de hwɛ ya ma hwɛ ya yire mu ofie de hwɛ abusua na okumase
nti relocation ya ebe koso ye be yi mu afia kwa kalkodie wonso wodwen ho sɛ
oh ye de asase we de ye ba so akyɛ ye nanam mo awu kɔ na beje ye kalkodu ya de ye kɔ ne ye dɔso na ye bɔ mpa ya ma na kufu ado sɛ ye srɛ na ni die mu o ma ne nkɔ akyire kakra e ma ye especially sɛ na me bra ba ko kasa sɛ car park ne ye ya makɔ ena me ba hɔ na menam car park ne de sua ena ba bi e bedwon so washrooms ni normal sɛ o mo boa ye sɛ toss for toilets na dey e ba o mo fly outside na e ba ya nya nitia ba bi wa nkoso e moa ye ti esere na kufu ado ono a na e be gina be ka kye sɛ obeboa ye agye center ho ama ye mo nwu ye ni mo ase yesere na ni die mu omoa a center for na yeso emu ni dipa na aba de be to ama na febɔ
waka e car park ho asɛm apart from no enema bensa na mo pese mo hunu sɛ ye de begu akwan mu obi a mo kɔ foforo ho no no
epacho ɛhɔ na ye kɔ ne de ɛhɔ ben akronfo mu pa ni ma hɔ no ɛhɔ hu ka kudi ɛhɔ hu yesere bambo street ɛna ha so ɛwɔ no ya pata aha ɛda no kofo bebre atu kwan aba omu ni ba bi da apata ni mu ha no obi asekete de ɛda obeba no obi akɔ private agu a sorry but for ebi an obi adwonso agu a ɛmoa ye hia dos ye market ni mu a yebetum ni yakɔ aba bi ababa na yi bob kura hyehyɛ palo ko bitimi bubu obi no mani wa yi ni no ma oba wo hu ni pakro eti esre nana so de yakɔ kakudi a o ma ban bɔ no script nya tight ma ye de nya script o mo ho den a o be boa ye
me gire sɛ mo wɔ mpanifo wɔ ha se me kyerɛ mpanifo mo da associations ahodo no nyinaa no mo ne o mo di nkomo mo ne o mo nya some conversations bi ama o ma hyɛ mo bo bi sɛ ne mo ka no o mo de be kɔ mpanifo ni mu ana
ye mpanifo mo ha de nukure ne o mo di no kwale ma ye kɔ nyina de kɔ so ba bi o mo nye be hia eye meeting yete ho afutuo se bibia ekoso life ama ye mpanifo de meji omudi no kure no mokɔ a omokɔka no so abeka kyerɛ
na nyambia o ma kyerɛ mo sɛ ɛda sei another sei ɛna mo be free ha no mo akɔ the new place
sesia no yente sɛ ye kɔ sesia de ye bɔ mpa ye sɛ bibi ba se ye bɛkɔ na ye mpanifo no ne ye be ye meeting na bambo a pese ye bɔ kyerɛ na kufu ado sɛ mo na ye de ye bɛkɔ no onye announcement ewo baabia the whole world ehu say yeyi a center ko kakudi na customers ne ba omo anyela kwan mesre asem a me pa na nakufu ado ache no omoe na omonya announcement o TV so any radio station bi e won class bia obi beton bibia ma yeso ato bi aton a on kire baabia ye ko na customer ne ba wa anyela yesre mo omo ma ban bo ne re enya adwuma ma no na me koso bo ho pae.
Okay, so Kokwi, this is another person who also sells things here. I think there's another gentleman here who is ready to speak to us. Let's speak to him right now. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Macho Dindi saying?
Oh, Ben.
Ben, what's so told you?
Oh, I said Kente and other stars.
Yes, you two more.
Yeah, they've told us that we are moving from this place, but the problem is we are still here. And there's a news speculating around that our center has moved. But we are still here. So we plead the government that they should make an advert for people to know that, yes, we are moving from this place. We are still here. We've not moved yet. They told us we are going to Kaukudi. That place is not finished yet. So we are still here. People are taking advantage of that information. And our market is not going up because the customers are not coming. Why? The reason is that our center is no more existing. We are still here. So we are pleading with the authority that should make an advert, at least CTV like this or national televisions, so that the customers will know that, yes, we are moving, but not yet.
So there's actually some information out there that you guys are no longer here operating from this place.
Very, very true.
Okay. Have you also seen the new place where you are being relocated to?
Actually, I know the place, but I've not gone to see the project as at now. For instance, like I was saying, if we look around our entrance, they put some fence wall around us. It is not right. We are living in a market, but they fence us. So if somebody is even walking on the street, the person knows that the market does not exist anymore. At least we will go. But if so far as we are here, it should help us do our business here. Like my brother said, we have families, we have other things that we take for. These are our resources. So if they are not helping us, it is affecting us seriously.
Okay, so some of your friends or your colleagues here also mentioned that they are looking forward to seeing certain things put in place at the new place before you get relocated. What do you expect to see done before you also move there?
Like they said, we ought to see a place that we can have comfort. Everybody needs comfort. So we want to see a place that when we go, we can make business. That's all. We need the security and other stuff. So when we go there, we can have our peace of mind and do our business. That's all. We got this is government. We can't challenge government. Government say you should go. What are you going to say? We will go. For the go, we will go. But we want to see the place being nice for us. So when we go, we can have our peace of mind and do our business. That's all.
All right, so Kokwi, these are some of the people who trade their wares here. Various artworks from sculpture to fine arts to textiles and everything. And they tell us that they are ready to move, but they need the government to make sure that all the resources they need are actually put in place before they move from here. Others are also saying that there is news out there that they no longer operate from this place, and that is affecting their trade right here. And so from the Arts Center, the other side, as I told you earlier on, has not been accessible to us. According to the authorities here, we can't access that facility as of now. And the PRO who agreed earlier on to speak to us has also declined speaking to us. But these are people who market their wares here, and they have spoken their mind or their opinion on this particular relocation.
All right. Kwame, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is very helpful.
Very,
yeah,
very. Okay.
So
Oswald, all right. So you've seen, obviously, this is the trader's side. Looks like there's a lot of miscommunication, misinformation, and as you said, possibly stakeholders, including the traders, artists like you, have not really been consulted about the whole thing, the whole move. But they did specify that they're not moving yet. They're still there for now because the place is not completed. So we're still waiting for finality on the relocation of the traders.
But they are even complaining the space is not enough for them.
Enough.
How much more the artists? So far, no artist has been spoken to. These are sellers.
Yes.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And so,
but what Kwame said was that those in charge of the center are refusing to speak.
Good. I know that.
What's the issue? If you're advocating for your premises to be maintained, why are you not talking?
And so that's why I mentioned, I don't think if Ben Abdallah was in charge, he will refuse it because he's an artist, he's a playwright, he's a poet. You understand me? He understands the impact of striking down the art center. And so if someone's okay, government says yes, of course, if you are the management, you should be able to argue out why you need to restore this very one. But as we speak now, of course, I should believe that government, even just like ordinary people think the art center is a market, you know, and it's just because management of the art center have failed woefully.
Okay, Oswald.
All right, thank you so
Obviously, City will keep following up on this. All right. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today. Oswald Okaite, who's a playwright, author, activist, trying to speak up for artists and artisans who use the art center, cultural center here in the Greater Accra region, which is being relocated to Kawudi Kudi, and then the Marine Drive project will be taking off. All right. So, yeah, there we have it.